What's up, PokerBEASTs? Kato here, and today we're playing cards. I'm repping the Greg Goes All In merch. Shout out to you, Greg. Let's hit the film.
Welcome back to the vlog, PokerBEASTs. Today we're doing a $300 buy-in, per usual. Don't forget, June 24th, we're doing a meetup game at Jamul Casino. Be there or be square. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of money moving around. Let's get into the action. The first hand I look at is Ace-King offsuit. I'm in the small blind, and the player under the gun, his name is Lambo. You've seen him in the vlog before. He's a competent player. He raises to $15 under the gun. It folds all the way around to me, and I'm going to raise it up. The question is how much. I decide on $50. It folds back around to Lambo, who decides he doesn't want a tango. He's got about 150 behind him. He's going to make the fold, and I scoop the first pot of the night. The next hand I pick up is pocket nines. I'm in the cutoff, 318 in my stack. The button has put a straddle in the pot. There's $10 in the pot right now. It folds around to the middle position player who decides he's going to make the call. And when it gets to me, I could put in a 3-bet here, but I'm just going to call as well. Nines are a perfect hand to set mine. If I hit my set and there's another set, chances are it's going to be below mine. It folds around to the big blind. He's got $3 invested. He throws in one white chip and makes the call, and then it goes back to the button, the straddler, and he checks. We're headed 4 ways to the flop. $25 in the pot. And the dealer puts out Jack, Ace, 9. I hit my set, and not only do I hit my set, but there's an action board, an ace on the board, a jack on the board, 2 hearts. There are draws galore. When he gets to the middle position player, he bumps up to $15. He only has $24 behind him after that bet. I could just make the call, but there's no way I'm going to make the call on a board that is this dangerous. I want to get people's money in the pot while they have draws, while they have an ace with a decent kicker. I bet $50. The button folds, the big blind folds. It gets back around to the middle position player. Only $24 left. He has no other choice but to go all in, and he does. I make the call. We're going to the run out. The turn is the 10 of spades. The river is the jack of spades. I've boated up. He called me, so I show first. Pocket nines for the boat. And of course, it's going to be good. I'm scooping another pot. 364 in my stack now. I always love when I get off to a quick start in the beginning of a session. I fold away a bunch of junk hands, and the next hand I pick up is pocket fives in the big blind. 364 in my stack. There is an under the gun straddle on the pot. The middle position player decides he's going to come along. The low jack decides he's going to throw $6 in the pot. The high jack says, I want to play. The cutoff also makes the call. It's back to me. I could 3-bet or I could just make the call. I just make the call. Pocket fives is a perfect set mine in hand. I have bad position. I don't want to inflate the pot. We're headed 5 ways to the flop. $43 in the pot. And the dealer puts out 3 jack 5. I have once again hit a set. I've hit middle set. It's a very connected board in many ways. I decide to check to my opponent, see what develops. The middle position player bets 20. The hijack decides he's going to come along. He bets out a turn. But when the middle position player folds, he puts in his $20 call. The cutoff gets out of the way. Now it's on to me. Of course, I'm going to be putting in a 3-bet. The question is how much. I decide on a 2/3 size pot bet. $65. Seems perfect. The middle position player, he decides he's going to come along, and he's all in. He puts $30 in the pot. He is all in. The hijack has about 280 behind. I want his money in the pot. He decides he is going to make the call. He is going to put in another $45, bringing the pot to a beautiful 223. I'm trying to get this sizing correct so that I can get the hijack all in by the river. We do have one player all in. It's effectively heads up. The dealer counts out the chips. He pulls them in the middle of the pot. We're headed to the turn. The dealer burns. He turns the queen of hearts. This is a card I like to see. It does bring in a backdoor heart draw. But the queen does not complete any straights, and Jack Queen is now basically going to be going all in. Hopefully my opponent has something strong. Hopefully he doesn't have Ace Jack and the queen put him on his heels, but there's no way I'm just going to check this. I'm going to put in a bet, and I'm going to put in a bet 120, hoping that if my opponent calls, he'll be pot committed by the river. He thinks about it. He shuffles his cards. Usually when a player shuffles his cards like this, it usually means he's let off the gas. The typical stoic poker player image has been lifted. In his heart, he likely knows he's going to fold. His mind just has to get there, and it does get there. He decides he's going to toss it away. We're still heads up. We still need to go to the river. The dealer puts out the river. It comes quickly. It's a 6 of clubs. A club draw gets there. But no, my opponent does not have a club draw. My opponent has a strong jack. The other player said he had king jack. Hitting sets is a lot of fun. One of the most fun things you can do in poker. I'm going to the next hand. But before I go to the next hand, I'm going to a new table. This one has a lot of OMCs. It has a lot of small chip stacks. I'm going to where the action is, to where the chips are flowing. I have 497 in my stack. This video is a little shorter than normal. It still took about 5 hours to edit, if you can believe it. If you can drop a like, it takes less than a second. It takes a millisecond to do. It really helps my channel grow. It really helps let new viewers see the content. Let's get back to the action. The next hand I pick up is pocket queens. I'm in the small blind, 497 in my stack. There's a straddle under the gun. The cutoff makes the call. The button decides he's going to come along. He makes the call, and I'm going to bump it up. I think the perfect number is 30. I could maybe have gone a little bit larger. I do have terrible position. The queens is a premium, but it's on the lower end of the premium spectrum. But I'm still getting a feel for the table. So I make a 30. The button decides he's going to make the call. We're going heads up to the flop. $75 in the pot, and the dealer puts out 5-6 jack. This is a very nice flop for me. I still have the top pair on the board. It's quite concealed. And the player to my right on the button who made the call, he is, you know, I have a few Mr. Don't Believe Me's. Like, they don't believe me at all. And this opponent is not only Mr. I don't believe you, he's like General I don't believe you, like the Capitan of the entire ship. He says all the time, I don't believe you. And so when I bet $45, he's going to make the call right away. The turn is the 2 of hearts. I'm hoping that he has a jack, but frankly, with this gentleman, he could have a lot less than a jack. He has position, and he's trying to catch me. He is always trying to catch me, and so I decided I'm going to go with an overbet. I really want to push this narrative that I'm bluffing, and I want to kind of confuse him. I want to do a play that doesn't make a lot of sense. There are 2 spades, there are 2 hearts, there are some draws on the board, but I decided I'm going to put him all in. $201. This is going to really make him think that I'm pushing him around, that I'm playing my hand too aggressively. If he doesn't think I have a jack, he probably doesn't think I have anything. And so I'm trying to get him to make a call with a hand that if I bet $100 he wouldn't call with. I think the $201 bet screams I'm bluffing. I'm trying to steal this pot. It's not really a value bet, but that's the whole purpose of it. That is exactly why I made it. Remember, this is General I don't believe you. He never believes me. And let's see if it works. He goes in the tank. He thinks about it for a long time. He makes the call. We're going to the river. I feel pretty confident. I feel pretty comfortable. It's the 6 of diamonds, no spades. I feel extremely good about this hand. I don't see him having a 6. I see him having a lot of jacks. He flips over a 4, and with it, a 6 of hearts. He did suck out on me on the river. He had 4-6 offsuit. My overbet bluff plan worked. He called me down very light.
I know you got the bigger pair.
I don't think you did.
I'm lucky.
That's the pot right there. That's it.
What was going to be an $800 stack, I'm now sitting with $210. The next time I get is Queen Jack offsuit. I'm on the button. There's a straddle on the pot. We've agreed to a mandatory straddle because it's only a 4-handed game, and so on the button, I'm going to bump it up, make it $25. The small blind decides he was going to come along, makes the call. The middle position player folds. The cutoff decides he's going to come along. $79 in the pot. We're headed 3 ways to the flop, and the dealer puts out 4, 8, 9, 2 spades. I do have a queen of spades. I have a gut shot straight drive, 2 overs. When he checks around to me, I put another $40 in the pot, and that's when the small blind takes both his hands, put him behind his entire chip stack, and slides the whole thing into the middle of the pot. $221. I only have 145 behind. The cutoff gets out of the way, and so now it's my decision to make. It's a short 4-handed game. My hand is likely strong compared to my opponent's. Whether it's better or worse, I'm not too sure. What would he be jamming? All in on the flop after checking on the flop and just calling me, cold calling me on the pre-flop action. He could have a flush draw. I'm blocking the ace, queen of spades, king, queen of spades, queen, jack of spades. So my runner flush could be good. My 10 could be good. My queen or jack could be good. There's a lot of money in this pot. Plus, I've been influenced by the hand I played previously where I got rivered on the 6. I'm pretty frustrated. I'm willing to gamble. I want to gamble. I think I could be good here. He could have a lot of middling flush draws like 10-7 of spades, jack 10 of spades, 7-6 of spades, 5-6 of spades. A lot of different options. I am going to risk it for the biscuit. 145 going in the pot. We're all in. We're heads up. And the turn is the deuce of diamonds. No help to me. The river is the king of hearts. Still no help. I have queen high. My opponent shows deuce 5 of spades. Pairing his deuce on the turn. That's it for me. I feel like tonight is not my night, so I'm getting the heck out of here. In for 300, out for $0 for a loss of $300. Thank you so much for watching. See you next episode. Kato out.